During World War II, actress Lucille Ball claimed something truly bizarre happened to her.
And all of a sudden, I heard music.
She told this story to Dick Cavett in 1974, explaining that her jaw vibrated as she drove through Coldwater Canyon in 1942. After getting dental fillings, she was driving through California when suddenly she heard music. She even turned off her car radio, but the music didn't stop. It was actually coming from her mouth. As she drove, the sound grew louder, clear enough that she could recognize the tune even. The next day, she told Buster Keaton, who suggested she might have passed a radio station. But 5 nights later, it happened again. This time, instead of music, she heard what sounded like Morse code. She even backed up her car until her jaw began vibrating intensely. She reported to security at MGM, which led to the discovery of an underground Japanese radio transmitter. So was her mouth actually acting like a radio? Well, as strange as it sounds, similar cases have been reported. In 1961, a 12-year-old boy in Chicago received a dental cap held in place by a brass wire. Soon after, he began hearing music, seemingly out of nowhere. No announcers, no station identification, just sound. A year later, the cap was replaced and the phenomenon stopped. In another case, a woman riding a train in 1947 reported hearing faint radio broadcasts, voices, commercials, but couldn't identify the source. She had silver tooth fillings, but could not recall if any of them had just been placed prior to her trip. The famous Mythbusters were unable to reproduce this phenomenon. Scientists have explored this idea as well. In very rare conditions, it's theoretically possible for the human body to act like an antenna. Metallic dental work could behave like a primitive radio receiver, picking up signals, while parts of the mouth, like fillings or bridgework, might vibrate enough to produce sound. However, experiments including attempts by Mythbusters have failed to reliably reproduce the effect. The exploding teeth mystery. Imagine having a toothache so painful it drives you nearly insane, and then suddenly, bang, your tooth just explodes. As unbelievable as that sounds, in the 1800s, several documented cases describe exactly that. This is one of the strangest early medical mysteries ever recorded. A Pennsylvania dentist named W.H. Atkinson documented 3 separate cases of what he called exploding teeth. One of the most disturbing instances happened in 1817. A reverend living in Springfield, Pennsylvania, developed an unbearable toothache. The pain became so intense it drove him to the edge of madness. According to reports, he ran around in agony, boring his head into the ground like an enraged animal, poking it under the corner of a fence, and even plunging his head into cold spring water, just desperate for any kind of relief he could get. And then it happened. A sharp crack like a pistol shot. His tooth had shattered into pieces, and instantly the pain was gone. 13 years later, another patient, Mrs. Letitia D., experienced something very similar. A sudden gunshot-like sound, and her toothache had completely vanished. A third case in 1855 ended the same way, explosion and a complete relief. And there are more reports of exploding teeth by toothache victims. So what could cause a tooth to explode? At the time, early doctors believed gas buildup from tooth decay was to blame, but modern theories suggest something stranger. In the 1800s, dentists often used crude medical mixtures like tin, lead, and silver for fillings. When different metals interact, apparently inside a moist environment like your mouth, they can actually create a tiny electrical current, essentially forming a battery. This process could potentially produce hydrogen gas inside a weakened tooth, building pressure until it cracks or even explodes. There's also another theory I saw involving early dental materials like celluloid, a highly flammable substance similar to gunpowder, which may have contributed to these bizarre incidents. And the mystery doesn't stop there. In 1965, a woman reported that her child's baby teeth had fallen out, and she placed them on a mantelpiece, and then hours later, they exploded. One explanation, rapid drying and heat caused internal moisture to turn into pressurized steam, leading into a tiny but violent rupture. Still, exploding teeth remain one of history's most unsettling medical mysteries. All of these incidents were beyond unexpected mysteries, wouldn't you say? If you think those things don't happen today, my wife's friend's sister actually complained about a tooth exploding during the COVID season. Did it happen? I don't know. Maybe I'll find out more information and get back to you on it. And if all that wasn't strange enough, there's one more disturbing piece of dental history. In the early 1800s, dentures weren't made from synthetic materials. They were made from real human teeth at times. After the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, looters scavenged the battlefield, pulling teeth from fallen soldiers to sell for use in dentures. These Waterloo teeth were widely used, but they came with a problem. Over time, they became brittle. They could crack, fall out, or even be accidentally swallowed. From exploding teeth to radio receiving fillings to dentures made from battlefield remains, dental history is far stranger than most people realize. Next, some real quick bloopers showing that when it comes to speaking on camera, the struggle is real, but you gotta keep going. Behave like a primitive radio receiver, packing up metallic. I feel like I'm repeating myself here. After the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, looters ravaged, After the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, looters scavenged the battlefield, pulling teeth from currently falling. After the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, looters scavenged the battlefield, pulling teeth from fallen soldiers to sell. After
Peter Vollmer will apply his...
Well, that's it for now. Look forward to more unexpected history, science, Bible stories, miracles, and lots more stuff that may make you question reality or just make you stop to ponder for a second. And hopefully get a laugh or two in the process. So please subscribe to this, my super duper new channel. Share with friends. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Please feel free to make recommendations. You know, I'm used to talking about classic TV on my other channel, so this is a little different. So I appreciate all the ideas and suggestions I can get. And thanks for watching Beyond the Unexpected Mysteries. You know, I believe the dog got way too much screen time. Don't you?